A comedy as an art form can be traced back to centuries. From toilet humor and sarcasm to irony and wordplay, artists continue to use comedy within their work today. Comedy can play an important role in challenging people to address critical social issues. Now, the serious roles of comedy in social justice has created the ideal condition for the art not only to thrive in the entertainment marketplace, but also play a strategic role in the efforts to call attention to myriads of issues such as global poverty, climate change, immigration, racial justice, and sexual assault. A popular Nigerian comedy, Damilare Oluwasegun, also known as Ari Comedy, joins us now to discuss the art and business of comedy here in Nigeria. I want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is Ashiri Comedy.
Ashiri Comedy, because it was okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ashiri Comedy. Thank you for joining us today. And it's good to have you here. And let's talk about, or let's probably start it off from the nitty-gritties about comedy. How important do you think is the role comedy plays in our society today?
Yeah, comedy dated back, it started from the age of, it was a palace thing initially. It was what, when they call on jesters to appease the king. So usually comedy has been an element of passage, an element of entry. So the nitty-gritty of comedy, as it were, comedy is that vehicle with which you drive in important message, while necessarily not awakening the consciousness of the person.
All right, Ashiri, permit me to say this now because sometimes a lot of people find social commentaries of comedians very funny and very entertaining. But for those that are in the center, they do not find it funny. And sometimes there's always huge backlash. Case in point, in the last couple of days, AY the comedian has been having a back and forth with Seun Kuti about a skit AY did. AY claimed that this was just him running social commentary on the issue that happened between Seun Kuti and the Nigerian police. Things were said, and clearly Seun Kuti did not find it funny, and he's been hitting AY very, very hard. Where do you draw the line between comedy and the personal life of a human being that you're trying to portray?
Usually, I as an individual, we draw the line ourselves, and that's why, for me, I can speak for myself. I would rather resort to self-deprecation, meaning if I'm to crack a joke at the expense of any other person, it will be at the expense of me. So I know at least I can fight myself. So because usually sometimes you don't really know how some things will land, and our sensitivity has been growing over the years. So people now draw lines between offense and jokes and the likes. But I strongly believe that it's more about reading the room, and I for once believe that AY on his own wouldn't have meant to put Seun Kuti in that light. But also, Seun also has the right to interpret it anyhow. So that's why playing safe. Playing safe is just a strategy. You decide if you must go at people, let it be people you are comfortable with. And if you must do a joke, self-deprecation. Most comedians do it all over the world. They will crack joke at their own expense. So that way they play safe. And if they must pick on people, it will be their regular people they know in the hall that they know that they understand that this is a joke.
All right, Ashiri, let's talk about the business of comedy right now. I know for a fact that in the entertainment industry, it's just a select few individuals within the industry that get all the bookings, that get 90% of the bookings, that gets 90% of the big shows, and some complain that the monies do not trickle down to other artists if it do not belong to a particular circuit or a particular clique. You might not get the largesse that comes from the industry. Talk to me. Is that the case in the comedy industry? Because we know that some people have made it really big from comedy here in Nigeria. There have been some pace setters, but also we have quite a number of people, a lot of new entries coming into comedy. How is it like for people coming into comedy? And do you believe that the economic power flows within the ecosystem in comedy in Nigeria?
First off, I don't totally subscribe to that school of thought where they say maybe the largesse is within a circle or a group of people. Comedy is an open market. It's like football. If you can play, get on the pitch. As you continue to play, you get noticed. So it's a game of excellence. It's a game of showing up. Gone are the days when you need to perform in specific places or specific platforms before people know you. Now with your phone is your platform. Your phone is your stage. We've seen so many people that have taken center stage just by a recording in the corner of their room. So pretty much now the ball is in your court. You are not at the mercy of any clique every industry has clique. Every individual has a clique. As I am now, there are people on top of my head. If they ask me to recommend some people, there are some people on top of my head that I will call their names. Not because the other people are not calling their names are bad, but they are not just within my precinct of influence, or I can't speak on top of my head. There are people around me. So basically, it's not a game of click. Come on board, lay your cards on the table. The audience will decide, and they will decide your patronage.
All right. What do you have to say to this? Because we are now seeing comedians become huge social commentators. They've been driving change. Case in point, MC Macaroni and the likes. And right now, fans and Nigerians almost, especially the young ones, almost want every single celebrity, comedian, musicians to be part of the social justice cause and any social cause that is happening out there. Some people have stayed away and they've called them out. Do you think that is right? Do you have a right to say that this particular topic, I do not want to be involved? Because when we at the height of the Mohbad incident, a lot of people were being called out for refusing to join the bandwagon, speak against the injustice that was meted to the young gentleman before he passed away. Talk to us about that particular social commentary, drawing the line, and personal preference.
Yeah. You know, this comes down to individuals. Normally and expectedly, the fans they want their most cherished celebrities because they know they have large numbers. They know they have the numbers. They know they have a greater voice. So when issues pertaining to them are going on, it's only normal for the fans to demand. Because don't forget that the celebrity status is being conferred on you by the people. So the numbers you are using to command influence is the aggregation of people that gave you that power. So in some elements, they have the right to demand you to speak because every voice should speak against ills in the society. Look at America, for instance, the likes of Dave Chappelle, Trevor Noah, most of their comedy shine light on issues pertaining people. But at the same time, as celebrities, as people that have voice in the society, sometimes people want to bully thoughts out of you. And that is where the balance is. Allow them to process it. It's not everyone that wants to address an issue when it is hot. There will be tendencies towards error. So where the balance is everyone, like I, for instance, it took me a week or two before I spoke about the Mohbad incident. Not because it didn't pain me. It pained me, but I was processing it. So when I had my time, I put it together in a thread. So usually people want celebrities to attack the issue as it is coming. And the few celebrities that are falling for it, in the process, they make mistake. So it's not about bullying. It's standard. People should talk. But when they would talk, I think they shouldn't bully them to talk. They should talk when they are ready, when they have their facts together, and when they are sure they are attacking the issues at hand and not just based on emotions.
All right. Okay. Talk to me. Certainly, you belong to a new school of comedians who were able to garner fame from skits as against stand-up comedy as such. And right now, it seems that skit making is the way to go if you want to get into the comedy or in the entertainment business, and as against trying to probably go to different shows. Talk to me about that particular trend. Do you think it's here to stay, or do you think it's a phase that would actually fizzle out?
I just believe it's another menu. It's another food on the menu. Stand-up comedy has been a product. Skit making came as a product. So everything is for the audience to enjoy. So the stand-up comedian will not come into your room in the middle of the night when you want to just go through your timeline and enjoy comedy. At the same time, in live performances when you want to enjoy stand-up. Yeah. So I just believe it's varieties for our audience. It's not, none is superimposing on the other. It's just another food on the menu. Stand-up comedy, you enjoy it live. Skit making, you sit in the comfort of your room. So let our audience just sit down and enjoy all this blend of talents. It's not a competition. None is going to phase out. It's just for us to continue supporting all the acts and make sure that we carry the entertainment industry, we make it global, we export it. We now have a lot of export. Look at Josh Too Funny, for instance. What he did, the beat he did at AGT, American Got Talent. So that's what we are saying. If we continue to support ourselves, it's very easy for us to export talent even more than any other commodity.
All right, just a quick one, 10 seconds. Which do you prefer, stand-up or skit?
Stand-up. Stand-up is my first love. So I started with stand-up. It's my first love. I can't trade stand-up for anything. Just recently, I still did a 1 hour special, stand-up comedy all through for 1 hour.
All right.
We filmed it. It's coming up on global streaming network soon.
All right, Damilare, Oluwasegun, popularly known as Ashiri Comedy. Thank you very much for joining us today on Arise News Now.